What's up, YouTube? How you doing? JohnJBarry here, coming at you today with something a little different. Gonna do a lesson today. As you guys know, I am a professional guitar player based out of New York City, and one of the many hats I wear happens to be a private instructor, and I give lessons every week to a bunch of students that I'm very grateful to have. And one thing that always comes up is technique and learning the fretboard. Everybody knows that a lot of us, especially if you, not to stereotype, the long-haired guys love to play guitar fast. But one thing that's very easy to get into when you play the guitar is being stuck in shape world. You know, you're always thinking about certain shapes because the guitar is very shape friendly. A saxophone player has to learn every single note on his instrument. He doesn't get to just think, oh, okay, major scale shape, let me just memorize that. No, he has to know every single note in that major scale. Where a guitar player could kind of just get away memorizing a shape and just moving it accordingly. So I want to show you guys an exercise today. This is really good for beginners, intermediate, advanced players, even professionals that are giving lessons that are looking for something. Hopefully this could help anybody out. I just want to show you guys this. I think it's pretty cool. One of the first exercises that guitar players learn are using our first four fingers on the first four frets on every string. And I call that the exercise of champions. I always call it the exercise of champions to my students because I think it stresses how good that exercise is for a guitar player. It warms up your hands, you get this stretch down from being able to put a finger in a fret, and you start building dexterity, calluses, and it's really good to practice alternate picking. So this exercise is built to help build speed on alternate picking. It comes from that, and it comes from an idea I learned from taking lessons with so many guitar players, whether it was at Berkeley or here in New York, about octaves, okay? So we're gonna start right here on this A, which is the fifth fret on the guitar, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the shape that we were doing earlier on that exercise, where we're gonna do 4 notes in a row on the frets, right? So we're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're gonna do the exact same thing on the string underneath at the 5th string. Okay? So that's awesome. We're gonna try our best to alternate pick that. We're gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Just like that, right? Now, the trick that comes now is octave displacements. And an octave can be found anywhere on the guitar. And I usually tend to tell people to think power chords, because they could come from power chords if you extend them, right? So you have 1, 5, and then the octave, right? So if you see here, the octave to the 5th fret is now the 7th fret on the D string, right? And that lets you know that that's also another A. Instead of constantly going up in the same position, which in this case would be the 5th position, every 2 strings we're going to jump up an octave, right? So we're going to start this first one on the 5th fret because that's the A. And then we're going to think the octave of that A, which will now be the 7th fret on the D string, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So our first finger is always landing on an A note, right? So we have... And this next one's tricky because on the B string, the octave does not fall on the 9th fret, it falls on the 10th fret, okay? So it would be 10. Now, a really helpful thing when you're practicing this is instead of thinking to yourself 5, 7, 10, you're just simply thinking A, because they're just A's, right? So A, A. See what I'm saying? And you're still doing that down, up in that right hand. There's another A. We could jump up to the higher one. So we leave off here. The next A on the guitar is going to be the 17th fret on that high E string. Now, instead of thinking 17th fret on the high E string, we're just going to simply think A. And we're going to go backwards this time. Instead of going up with our 4 fingers, we're going to go down with our 4 fingers. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to find the other A. The next octave right there. That's the 14th fret on the 3rd string, whereas the other A, the 12th fret on the A string. Once again, I can't stress enough the importance of not thinking fret numbers. Because look at how confusing this is going to get now, all in all. To be thinking 5, 7, 10, 17, 14. My head already hurts, right? We're just going to simply think octaves and we're going to just simply think A. And this is going to help us be able to find all the A's on our neck. So we're going to think A, 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 A. Huh? So I think the best way to practice this exercise to get the most out of it and to kill 2 birds with 1 stone is to practice it with a metronome. So I have my metronome here, and you could use, you know, a 16th note pulse, an 8th note pulse. For now, let's lower this down just so people can see how it works slow. And we're gonna think 8th note, sure. And we're gonna remember, instead of thinking 5, 7, 10, we're still thinking A, 2, and ready, and go, and... Naturally, when you do that, and when that gets easier, you're going to push it up, right? So for the sake of the speedsters out there, this is 142, just landed on it, and we're going to think 16 notes. We can even push it further. This is 188, right? That was just the example in A, right? So you can play it over an A chord. But what if somebody played a B flat chord? You would just simply move your shape up to the B flats. So instead of thinking 6, 8, 11, you're thinking B flat, B octave, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat. And all the 12 keys, really. Any starting note, you just randomly say one. G sharp. You know? And then you work up the speed and you take your time. And it's better to learn where the notes are than to memorize where the notes are. Because you could forget something you memorized. But if you truly learn something and internalize something, you have it forever, right? So it would be easier for you to spend time, maybe find all the A's one day. Maybe for 2 days you find all the A's, and then you could just test yourself. All right, let's play an A on the 3rd string, another A, you know? Let's play an E on the G string, bam. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to find these things. You can test yourself. Yep, that's the E. Try to play every E, you know? It really helps to build speed and memorize your fretboard. So hopefully this was helpful to everybody out there. If you learned something new, please let me know. If you like this lesson and you want to see something else, maybe you have another question, please leave any suggestions in the comment section below. Let me know if you did like this though, because this is the first time I'm trying something like this, and it'll only get better as I keep doing more of them. But yeah, if you like what you heard, please maybe consider leaving me a subscribe, like, share if you learned anything new, and yeah, the timer just went up. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for checking us out, and I'll see you next time.